safe. We'll keep those umbrellas handy. Oh, with more vaccines becoming more widely available, you might be thinking about planning your next trip abroad. And when we think about a dream vacation, the islands of Tahiti, like spots like Bora Bora and Moorea, might come to mind. But with more than 100 islands, the best known spots aren't the only ones to consider. Our travel expert Dana Rebmann joins us now. Good morning, Dana.
Good morning, Stephanie. I don't think there's a bad choice when it comes to traveling in French Polynesia. Every island offers a really unique experience. But as more folks begin to travel again, many are seeking out destinations where they can kind of separate themselves from the crowds. French Polynesia's Austral Islands are located about 400 miles south of the island of Tahiti. And they're really relatively unknown because getting there takes a little bit of extra work. Limited flight schedules can make logistics a little tricky, but there's a new option for travelers with a sense of adventure. Let's put it that way. Cruising aboard a freighter ship that does double duty carrying passengers as well. The Aranui 5 offers about 100 staterooms, in addition to being able to carry 2,500 tons of freight. This isn't a luxury experience. There aren't bells and whistles like casinos or Broadway-esque style shows. There's a restaurant, a pool, and a very friendly Polynesian crew. Our first stop this morning, the island of Rurutu. With 2,500 residents, it's one of 5 inhabited austral islands. Beautiful beaches. Yeah, beautiful beaches know how to get your attention, but there's a lot more to see here. The island boasts towering limestone cliffs and caves. Aeho is one of the more easily accessible caves. After less than a 10-minute walk, you just find this setting where there's lush ferns covering the ground and stalactites hanging from above. Rurutu is also home to a coffee cooperative. From drying and roasting to grinding and hand packaging, you get a good sense of the care that goes into the coffee production on the island. So kind of a unique experience, different than what you would find maybe on Bora Bora or other islands. The island of Rimutara, it's much smaller. You can probably walk across the entire island in about 30 minutes. Its population, just shy of 900 people, and about 500 endangered lorikeets. And even if you don't consider yourself a bird watching type, their vivid coloring makes them really fun. I describe them as kind of like flying rainbows. It makes them really fun, yeah, just to keep an eye out for. And when you spot them, they're easy to see in those treetops, and you can usually hear them as well. Our last stop this morning, the island of Revavé. When most folks think about French Polynesia, it's beaches and beautiful blue water that immediately come to mind. And there's no shortage of that in the Australs. This is the last island for today. It's sometimes referred to as the Bora Bora of the Australs. Think soft white sand, warm water. Snorkelers will be very, very happy here and could easily spend all day in the water. Along with vibrant coral, there's colorful fish. And in some instances, I think those fish are just as curious about people as we are about them. So a visit to the Austral Islands, definitely off the beaten path. Not for everyone, but along with beautiful landscapes that people want from French Polynesia, travelers are going to have the opportunity to learn more about French Polynesian culture that may not present themselves in visiting some of the more mainstream islands.
A pretty incredible video that you're sharing with us here now, too. Is this video you took yourself while you visited there?
I did.
Wow.
This is all video that I shot, yes.
So you got to see some endangered wildlife and got super close to that fish there, for example.
That is a porcupine fish, and he kind of came swimming up to me like, "Who are you? What are you doing?" And we had a lot of fun swimming in that beautiful blue water. Absolutely.
So is it pretty rural out there? Like, it seems like the wildlife weren't too apprehensive of humans.
Absolutely, I would say that is the case because they have not, a smaller interaction. From my perspective, it absolutely seemed like they weren't so scared of us. And again, they were curious about us just like we were curious about them.
And, I'm also curious to know what the travel process was like getting there, given that, we are still kind of operating under pandemic times. What was that experience like for you?
Sure. Yeah. Getting into French Polynesia right now. So I cleared I had to clear about 3 COVID tests in about 48 hours. One 24 hours before my flight, one immediately landing at the airport, and a third one about 12 hours later before getting on the ship. So plenty of COVID tests. Yes.
And you felt pretty safe the entire time when it came to your own personal health and safety?
Absolutely. I mean, COVID testing isn't convenient. We all know that. It's tricky. Keeping it in those windows isn't always easy, but there aren't many places in the world that are doing that. So if you're the type of traveler that is maybe apprehensive, definitely knowing that everyone around you has cleared those COVID tests in addition to yourself will probably make you feel a little more at ease.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for that insight. Dana Rebmann, our travel enthusiast here at KRON 4. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Stephanie.